I think one of my greatest successes in life was not only rediscovering my love of the natural world, but my inextricable need for it. To move, to be still, to sleep outside, to surrender myself to the unknown and open myself to not only knowing nature better, but knowing myself better too. I used to leave my camera at home because to be out here was to disconnect from my work as a professional photographer. But a few years ago, I started to realize just how much I missed having my camera at my side and started taking it with me. I began to see the world through panoramic photographs out here and saw joyful challenges in documenting a colorful world in black and white. With an absence of color, what fills the void left behind? And I think for me, making photographs in black and white helps me convey feeling. And maybe that's what fills the void when the green leaves and blue skies run to grayscale. I just know I want to remember the way it feels to be here. The way I feel to be here. A friend of mine once told me a trail is like a conveyor belt, moving you forward endlessly through a beautiful world at a few miles an hour. But the real magic? That's what's happening all around you out here. The trail is just your vehicle. And if you hike long enough in the Appalachian Mountains, you're bound to come across the sign that marks a long, old trail you've heard plenty about, if only in name. I'd come to learn that the Appalachian Trail was much more than just a footpath through the wilderness winding from Georgia to Maine for 2,200 miles. That 3,000 to 4,000 people every year attempt to hike it all in one go. I'd also come to learn that out of those 3,000 to 4,000 people, only 1 in 4 would complete the journey. Once upon a time, my camera and I became that 1 in 4. This is our film story. I've been a professional photographer for almost 18 years. A lot of my commercial work, a lot of my paid work is in the music industry. There's a lot of things I love about film. I love that it's a slow process. I love that you can't immediately see it on the back of your camera. I really cherish the idea of going on a shoot, making photographs, and having those moments during the shoot where I hit the shutter button and I don't know what it looks like, but I have that gut feeling that says, I think I got something really great there. And I love the quiet space in between that moment and the moment I go to process the film and the anticipation of what did I get. But it's not the only thing I love about film. I simply just love it for its aesthetics. It's that grain, it's the tones, it's inherently different. It's been a huge part of my career. It's almost inseparable from my identity as a photographer. It was February of 2024 that my partner Alec took me to the southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail to begin my thru hike to Maine. And I was bouncing back and forth between hiking and photographing. I kept imagining this photo book about the Appalachian Trail. I couldn't get it out of my head. I found myself sketching out these panoramic photographs. I kept sketching out different mountainscapes and photographs of people hiking through the terrain. I started sketching out these portraits that would come with these interviews. And that was the beginnings of what would become a project and a thru hike. Most people begin their Appalachian Trail thru hike at Springer Mountain in Georgia, at the southern terminus. So for me as a documentary photographer, I've got an infinite amount of people to photograph. You could sit on the side of the trail and every 30 seconds there's going to be a thru hiker trying to get to Maine. I love landscape photography, I love wildlife photography, but my project was by and large about the human experience of the Appalachian Trail thru hike. For the bulk of my career, I've really loved street photography. And when I went out to the Appalachian Trail, I wanted to look at it like, instead of this being a street in New York City, this is a trail in the woods. Okay, photograph it like that. I wanted to look at this project almost as if I was on assignment for Life magazine in the 1950s. And when I looked at the trail like that, it was just an exciting thing for me. It gave me a lot of joy, and I think that was, in the end, one of the greatest points of it all was the joy I found. One day, it was very, very, very hot outside, and I was with two really good friends. And all of a sudden, we pass a sign that says, Springer Mountain, 1,000 miles. And we all had a moment where we thought, oh my gosh, we walked 1,000 miles. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Attempting an Appalachian Trail thru hike and attempting to create a photo essay that I'm turning into a book at the same time was effectively twice the leap of faith and twice the effort in a lot of ways. And you know, there were days where I would feel more like a thru hiker and less like a photographer. There were days where I would feel more like a photographer, less like a thru hiker. And I'd tell folks, you know, my really great photography days, maybe I hike 8 to 10 miles, 15 at most. And then my really bad photography days, I might hike over 20 miles. I would adjust my miles and adjust my plans and how my hike looked almost exclusively on how can I get the shot, how can I make the work I need to make. I would ask hikers, so you've come this far, what about this trail has surprised you the most? And the most common response was a resounding, I had no idea it was going to be this hard. People in rainstorms, in bad conditions, using rebar to pull themselves up these boulders, climbing through crevices in the rocks the size of houses, fording rivers. I was in a tornado at one point, the same day a lady got bit by a rabid skunk on the same mountain. The trail will throw crazy stuff at you, and I think that's the beauty of it. But that's what I wanted to document as a photographer. There's this phrase that I really love that comes from the hiking community that says, "Don't quit on a bad day." And part of what I love about that phrase is that you don't have to be a hiker to get something from it. You know, if you're a professional photographer and you have a really rough shoot, a bad day on set, don't quit just because you go through a season of work that you don't like. If you're a film photographer, something happens to your film, or you're having camera issues, you're not happy with your tones, you're happy with your prints, don't quit just because things aren't going great, because you might regret not having finished something because it got too hard. There's a saying, no pain, no rain, no Maine. And you think about Maine as this entity during your hike. It's emotional. And I felt like I was at the final level of something. I felt like I was almost to the finish line, but it was deeper than that. During the course of my thru hike and my photo project, I made almost 90 portraits and interviews of thru hikers who, too, were hiking the Appalachian Trail. We as people were a part of this greater interwoven fabric, and we need each other. I love the idea of being able to take these people's stories and encourage other people with them. I believe that photography has the ability to change minds, to confront people's bias, to help people feel not alone, and photography can help show people why a place is worth loving, why it's worth protecting. And that's something I really value about photography. It hits you so hard. That's the northern terminus. And I walked here from Georgia 7 months and 13 days ago. I remember hugging my friend Guidebook really hard. And he was like, go get your picture. He hit the shutter button for me. And he helped me make my summit portrait on film. It was amazing. My advice to photographers wanting to create a book, create a project, create a personal piece is don't wait. Don't wait. Any good project is going to be hard. You've got to believe in the story. You got to believe in the work. And you got to believe that it's for you. It's for other people. That it's a net positive in this world. And even if that net positive is just you, then do it. Do the work. Go buy the film, put it in your camera, get to shooting. When you reach your own proverbial katahdin, you will feel better for having been there and accomplished it than had you given up. And so I say keep pushing and make your book happen, make your thru hike happen. If you want to do something, don't wait, do it, and do it well.
nice old Minota, honey, I'd like you to have. With your gentle eye for seeing and your steady-handed grasp. I like the light you look for in the places I look past. And while we are apart, my dear,